Ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, you got 2/3 of the Coco crew here holding it down live. Yours truly, sexiest man on all over that wrestling radio. That's right, Boom Boom here, shaking the room, live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. And of course, join me there way across the pond there in England, talking about the man sitting in his new palatial PWME UK headquarters, talking about LK. Good to see you again, sir. How the hell are you?
I'm fucking perfect. How are you doing, Booms? Minus your prostitution.
Yes. I've been working harder than a Pensacola stripper.
I bet you've been working hard. I don't need to be knowing what you're working on and who with.
Well, my friend, let's see here. NXT in the books. Is the road to NXT Takeover Dallas continues. Now, of course, I'm going to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, the same question I ask everybody at the beginning of every show. What do you give tonight's episode? Do you give it a win, a loss, or a tie? So let me know over here in the chat room, the comments. Please let me know. LK, first, I'll start it off, man. What did you give it? Do you give it a win, loss, or tie?
I'll give it a tie. I'm going to be honest, it dragged. There were several times I found myself picking up the controller and skipping. I'm going to be honest with you. I've enjoyed this week's episode of Impact more than I've enjoyed this week's NXT. And I've watched the first hour of Impact because with Impact it takes me a few sittings. Okay, now I review Impact every week on the VIP section. Please go over and subscribe to the VIP section. First 14 days completely free. I'll put the link in the description. But I digress. I honestly, I'm going to be honest, this NXT, actually, you know what? I'm going to give it a weak tie. It bored the shit out of me. It generally bored the fuck out of me. I enjoyed Impact more than this. I enjoyed the first hour of Monday Night Raw more than this. I enjoyed jerking off more than this. I enjoyed decorating the PWME UK headquarters more than this. And you know, the main event, people might say it's good, people might say it's bad. I'm going to be honest with you, minus the last 2 minutes, the main event bored me to tears. It bored me. And you may think I'm a negative Nelly here. I'm taking Coco's place. But I honestly watch Lucha Underground. If you had the choice of NXT or Lucha Underground, if Lucha Underground was on TV over here where I could actually purchase the damn thing and watch it, I'd watch Lucha Underground over this because I'm missing out on Aztec Warfare. Instead, I'm seeing on my Twitter timeline loads of GIFs, the GIF gimmicks with the spots that are happening on Lucha Underground. And I'm sat here looking at that on my phone because I'm bored to death of what I'm watching, thinking, what the fuck? But we'll get on to that. Let's break this bad boy down.
Yeah, you're a lot more generous than me. I'm just going to go ahead and just give it a loss. I think it was mediocre. I think it was very uninspired. I think this was filmed so far in advance that WWE, NXT decided to play it safe. They decided to go, you know what, we've got a special event coming up in a couple of weeks. Well, on this timing-wise, how do we kind of get everybody out there, kind of sell this pay-per-view, but we don't really want to jeopardize anything, have everybody hold their spot here. I think one of the things they could have done to maybe spice it up is, said, hey, we're going to have one more match. We're going to take the two best superstars, some kind of like, I don't know, like a tournament or something, determine like a new number one contenders spot, or, to compete for a match on Takeover Dallas. I think maybe something like that is something that could have kept it fresh. But it was just very uninspired, and so I had no choice really to give it a loss. It wasn't their absolute worst episode they've ever done. I'm disappointed. I guess that should be the words I'm looking for. I'm very disappointed in the show. So let's break it down and let's see how we came to our conclusions. First match, we had Elias Sampson, the Drifter. He came out, followed up by Johnny Gargano. This match was just too fast for me. I really think they left a lot on the table here. They were really hyping up Elias Sampson's undefeated streak, Johnny Gargano becoming an up-and-comer, who, by the way, I think is a shoe-in to be in this cruiserweight tournament they're going to have coming up this summer.
Are you sure? Because it's a 205-pound weight limit, and I'm not sure about Gargano's been buffering up, so I don't know about his weight. I'll quickly Google.
Tonight they mentioned that he was 199 pounds.
Are you sure about that?
If I'm lying, I'm dying. They built him they build him at 190. Now granted, he could have gained weight between then and now. I mean, that's totally possible. I mean, I go out and have one cheat meal and I blow up 3-4 pounds. I mean, it's just a fucking given. So
Yeah,
maybe
his Wikipedia says he's 190, and obviously he's been buffing up. So we'll say 199, 195, 200.
yeah, it still puts him under the 205 weight limit though.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he hits the steak and shake, he should be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
But and it also hit one of my pet peeves. He won a match with a roll up. I hate the matches in with roll ups. I mean, I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? The match is over? Okay, so they snapped Elias. So he snaps Elias Sampson's undefeated streak. And speaking of, and another thing, here's another fucking pet peeve of mine. They fucking broke during this match. When a guy likes to beat somebody up, I understand that. That's fine. There are sadly human beings like that in this world. But the thing I can't understand is the fucking trance. I like to beat people up, so I'm going to stare off like Randy Orton in the crowd for 30 seconds for no reason. Get it? Because I'm in a trance. Because, I like to beat people up because that's my thing. That's what I do. Yeah, I hate that.
You're hating a guy for portraying his character. That's his gimmick, that he comes out, he's not all there, he's just kind of a bit fucked up.
I mean, yeah, it'd be great, but I liked it better, I liked him better when he was called Luke Harper.
Dude, I liked it better when he was unemployed, but that's not my that's my prerogative on this whole situation.
I mean, I understand that, but it's just like, I like to be, I mean, if this was something original, I mean, that's fine, but it's not. It's not original. It's the guy who likes to beat people up, who gets into a trance because he beats people up. That basically is a distraction. Gargano rolls him up, gets the 1, 2, 3. Samson snaps, beats the crap out of Samson, hits him with a neck breaker, takes him to the outside, kicks him in the face. Eventually, Apollo Crews comes out and runs him off. So maybe we're going to see Samson versus Apollo Crews. I don't know where they're going with this, but like I said, there was just a couple of pet peeves of mine that they kind of pissed me off. So, but that's just my take on it.
I didn't mind the role. I kind of, because they got a win on Gargano, and then it also transitioned you into the fucking Apollo Crews versus Elias Sampson feud. So I didn't mind the roll up. Kind of protected both guys. So I'm a fan of.
By the way, have they hired Gargano yet?
He's part of basically WWN, which is Evolve, and WWE have a working relationship where WWE can use Evolve talents, and Evolve can get certain NXT wrestlers to appear on like the pre-show. Like at the last weekend, we had William Regal. This past weekend, you had William Regal there. He announced that the Global Cruiserweight Series, the qualifiers will actually take place at Evolve and will be filmed at an Evolve event, which, to my recollection, is one of the first times in history, maybe, that WWE will be filming their shows for their network in a different company's ring, in a different company's venue. That's really shocking. But yeah, and then they had Jason Jordan and Chad Gable at the 55, 54, and 53 shows in New York around the Rumble time. So, Gargano is kind of signed to NXT, but it's like a kind of, pay-per deal gimmick, I think. I'm not too sure, but same as Ciampa. They both can work anywhere in the world, but, Evolve and WWE are his main priorities.
All right. Next match here, we had Finn Balor versus Rich Swann. I didn't like this match, and here's why I didn't like the match. I really felt like both these guys were holding back. I think these guys were like, hey, we can really wrestle. We can go, oh, you don't want us to wrestle? You just kind of want us to kind of just mess around the ring. Okay, we can do that. Okay, let's do a wrestle. Oh, no, let's not do that kind of wrestling move because we don't want to get the crowd too fired up here. Swann, I mean, granted, I haven't seen much out of him, and I'd like to see more. He had a couple of really good spots, especially that somersault midair and then that hurricanrana. Finn Balor, I kind of like the fact that he's kind of moving a little bit away from the coup de grace and going over more towards Bloody Sunday for his finisher. I do like the coup de grace, the setup for it, but just to me, I just think of like a double stomp. Bloody Sunday, I could see that putting my ass on the ground and just leaving me out. The coup de grace just he comes off the top rope and stomps on you. I'm a little bit more scared of the Bloody Sunday, to be honest, out of those two. But I really felt like these two were holding back. It just kind of took away from the match. Maybe we'll see more from these. And here's another thing. Maybe this is way too early to tell. Maybe it's too early, but I've got to say that Rich Swann's maybe a shoe-in, maybe I'd probably say in my top 5 to win that Cruiserweight Invitational.
I see Swann and Gargano definitely being in it. I wouldn't mind seeing Swann and Gargano. I remember seeing them at Evolve 52 or 51. They had a stellar match, really good match. But as a match, I didn't mind Baylor Swann, my personal match of the night. It needed another 10 minutes at least, and yeah, they were holding back. You could see that they were holding back. But, if they were told to go out there holding back, I'm not going to shout at the talents because I know the talents can do better than that. That's them being told, look, guys, you've got fuck that. It got about 8-7 minutes. Don't blow the roof off. Just go out there, have a decent match. It was decent. There was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with it at all.
Wrong with it. I just could tell that they were holding back.
Yeah, you could just tell they're holding back. So if it was your first time ever seeing these guys, you'll probably be impressed. But if you know that these two guys can go full throttle and how they can go, you'll be very thoroughly disappointed. And if you told me a week ago that at this week's show we're going to get Finn Balor versus Rich Swann, and A, it's not going to main event, and B, it's going to be mediocre at best, I would have laughed in your face. That's just a disappointing. But, I think Balor gave Swann enough offense to, make Swann look like a decent enough talent. So, good for Swann. Nothing to talk about. It's just, that's the issue with this show. Nothing happened. Like, what noteworthy thing are you going to take from this show? What could you tell? Right, for instance, your girlfriend came home right now, or your wife, sorry. And she said, oh, what happened on NXT? Emma and Asuka main evented. That's about it. Like, there's nothing happened.
Yep. That's about all you can really say about the show. Next, they had a backstage segment. Emma and Dana Brooke, an interview. Dana revealed that she'd been hurt since Respect, and I think that was in October.
Yeah, around about that time.
Yeah, right around October is when she got hurt, so she's been out for a while. Then they did a video package of Shinsuke Nakamura, his signing with WWE, his trip to Stanford, showing up at the Performance Center. So, and the kind of the recap for his the announcement that he was taking on Sami Zayn. So I like that package. Then we get to women's action here. Alexa Bliss versus Sarah Dobson. This turned out bad because there was a botch. Sarah Dobson did a moonsault, came off the top and wound up accidentally kneeing Alexa Bliss right in the face, and I think busted her nose. And I knew something was up because they immediately, the camera went back to wide shots. They never went past like a medium shot. They were always like wide shots, and you could tell there's just a little bit of blood trickling. I mean, Alexis kept grabbing her nose. You could see just a little trickle of blood coming out. But to her credit, she kept going. She finished the match. She got Wesley Blake to distract the referee. Then Buddy Murphy pulled her away from a cartwheel knee. This allowed her to get a shot in, then hit the sparkle splash, get the win. Blake and Murphy came in, hoisted her up, and her nose was fucking swollen. Even though they were doing wide shots, you could tell her fucking nose was swollen up already. So, hey, props to her for carrying on with the match, and WWE for messing around with it. Now, Alexa Bliss, man, aside from having probably the nicest booty in NXT, aside from that, do you see her as maybe a potential contender for the NXT Women's Championship?
Maybe. I mean, she's been given chicken shit recently. I mean, it was Cameron. She faced an UCF. She had to carry that stupid ass to a semi-respectable match. And here she gets some bird. And, that bird wasn't a good bird. Like, she wasn't a decent one. She was a pretty poor worker. Like, she hurt Bliss. I mean, didn't Bliss have nose injury before, where she got nose and if I'm right.
I don't think so, but don't quote me on that.
I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll admit I'm wrong if I am. But I'm just in the back of my mind. I've got it floating around that Alexa Bliss has had a nose injury before, and I just saw her at the end when she got that win and she shouted at that woman, and I was thinking, damn right, girl, you shout at her for being an amateur filthy whore. Like I was there, like I'm wondering what she's saying. I wish the camera zoomed in and you could hear. I bet she was like, "Oh, you fucking dirty slut! I'm gonna fucking kill you when we get to the back. This is my fucking house. Piss off, you dirty whore." Back to the whorehouse for you. Back to the whorehouse for you. I love little things like that. Like, do you see the bit when Neville got injured on Raw 2 weeks ago?
Oh, well, basically, yes. Oof.
And then he basically Jericho kind of rolled him up, but his shoulders weren't down, and Charles Robinson called it like a shoot. So it was 1, 2. Oh, his shoulders kind of moved up, and then Jericho just gets up, pushes him, and starts shouting, "Oh, you motherfucker! He's injured! You motherfucker!" And the WWE have the camera zoomed in, so you can hear it all. And he's like, "You son of a bitch! He's injured! He's injured! You son of a bitch!" And Robin's just like, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me, you motherfucker!" And it's literally the best moment of Monday Night Raw in the past 3 months. Mm-hmm. Not the fact Neville got injured, but just how fucking hysterical it was. So it's kind of funny to see Bliss trash talk her when she was on the mat. That was the only thing I would take from this match. The only thing.
Mm-hmm. Next, we go backstage. They're trying to ask Samoa Joe a question about the main event at Takeover. Instead, he just walks out. We're going to what we think is a match between Bull Dempsey and Danny Burch, but it never happened because Joe came in and choked both of them out, basically trying to send a message to Finn Balor. I can imagine that you were grinning ear to ear. It's like not only is Bull Dempsey fired, but he gets his ass choked out before he hits the door.
That makes me happy. That makes me very happy. Yeah, I was there. Tears were running down my face, like legit tears of happiness. You know, but then we got to see Bull Dempsey next week, and Bull Dempsey's retirement match for the last time in the history of NXT. LK will sit through a Bull Dempsey match, and I'm really looking forward to it. That's gonna be so fucking amazing. I'm literally gonna have we're gonna come on here. We're gonna have a party. We're not going to party with alcoholic beverages because we're men. We're going to party with Monster Energy drinks. That's all I can party with. You know, we're a PG show, Booms. We're a PG show. Even we call people whores on a minute-by-minute basis and talk about prostitution. And Rey Mysterio right now is probably in the live comments smashing up some porn questions. Fuck, marry, kill. You know? But we're PG.
I'd be more disappointed if he didn't, because then I'd be like, wait a minute, is that really Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, we'd be like, dude. Yeah, we'd be like, we would think he's been hacked or something. There's no. It's like every show has that one commenter that's specific. Like if they're really old and they'll talk about something, or if they're really young and dumb. We have Rey Mysterio, the porn addict. You know, that just sums our show up perfectly. It sums our show up perfectly.
Yeah, I dread to think of what the hell's in Mastani's fucking porn stash.
Dude, I don't think the police will want to know either.
No, it's probably something trippy like, you know, clowns fucking amputees while a midget films it. Something like that. I mean, it's just something really niche. But anyway, we got to get this show back on. Let's get this thing back on before I go off into Coco Land and go off topic for like half an hour here. They hyped up a video package on American Alpha, which I really, really enjoyed. There was I don't really want to say a hype video, but it was just like a little video saying "No way, Jose." It's more likely, I believe that's going to be for the debut of Levis Valenzuela Jr. I fucked up his name, and I apologize. I apologize wholeheartedly for that, but he's going to be debuting soon. Maybe this is what that's a hype video for. Then we get to the main event, Asuka versus Emma. I will say this, Emma gave her a fight. Emma always gives her a fight. And by the way, congratulations to Emma. She actually popped up on, I think it was it Main Event? Yeah, it was Main Event. Yeah. And Summer Rae brought her out. Apparently they're going to be on Team Lana to take on the Total Divas coming up for Mania. So I hope it's a permanent thing. I think she deserves to be up on the main roster, especially Evil Emma. And here's another thing I would like to see, and this is up here on the main roster. I think right now, they've got the talent, and I think they got the roster to do it. would you not want to see them bring back the women's tag team championships?
No. No way. They would just treat it like shit. Like the first month it'll be important, and then it'll just be a complete shithole and be forgotten about. Look at the TNA. They had a thriving division, women's. They introduced tag titles, and they what? Like they were great for like 2 months, and then they just forgotten about. Because if you've got like 2 or 3 teams, you get bored of seeing those same 2 and 3 teams having the same matches against each other. So it's kind of like, no, just stick to the one title, please. Don't give them any wacky ideas, please, Booms.
But anyway, I enjoyed the Asuka match. A lot of ground and pound, a lot of submission style wrestling. I like the outside interference from Dana Brooke, but ultimately Asuka won with the Asuka lock, and they went off the air. And it wasn't the best match that they've had. I think their match at in London, where you were actually at, was a lot better than what they had. But I guess that's comparing apples to oranges here. But what were your thoughts on this?
I enjoyed the last 5-7 minutes. The first 10, because the match went about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know that went a long time.
The first 10 minutes were just a bit boring for me. Like, I like the slow, methodical pace, but Jesus Christ, how many times do you have to see her do some of that stuff? Like, the heel heat just felt like it was never ending, and I'm seeing these gifs of Lucha Underground where there's this fucking big monster coming out, and I'm here watching Emma take the boots to Asuka and put her in a rear chin lock, and I'm there like, oh, please, 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 I know you can do better. I know you can, ladies. Come on. You're just there like, okay, it's going to pick up soon. It's going to pick up soon. Oh, no, Emma pulls the hair. It's going to pick up soon. It's going to pick up soon. Oh, Emma pulls the hair. And you're there like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, they did. They absolutely drug it down sometimes with some of those spots.
It's just. I don't mind like Triple H recently. His matches have been really slowed down, but I've enjoyed them a lot. You know, he slowed them down in a good way to add some psychology into fucking wrestling matches these days. But they added no psychology. They didn't tell a story. It bored me. I'm going to say bored me.
Overall, again, I give it a loss because I just really think they were treading water. They were kind of coasting. I'm hoping once they get past Takeover, they can finally get back on their normal rotation and their normal recording schedule, because this stretch after London has just been absolutely brutal to watch. Absolutely.
Yeah, the past few months have been, in my opinion, minus Neville versus Baylor. That was a good match. I'm struggling to think of a decent show.
The Samoa Joe.
Sami Zayn 3.
Yeah, when they won all night. Yeah, I think that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. And just recently, they've just been a bit meh. Like, okay, it's Mania season. Like they did last year. We're just going to diet down. You know, we got the Takeover Dallas. You know, everyone's going to watch that no matter what because it's fucking the NXT Takeover. And it's Mania weekend. I've got the fucking weekend off. And I'm there like fucking, there's so much fucking wrestling to watch. I've got Takeover. Then I've got 2 Evolve shows. I've got Mania. I'm looking forward to Hall of Fame. I'm looking forward to it. But this was just like, oh, we have a show. We have a show to do. I'll just send everyone out there. They can have a 5-minute match. And then when Asuka, we need time to kill buddies. So you're going for 15. And but Triple H, I only have 7 minutes of content. That's fine. Emma, just pull her hair for 7 minutes. Cool. Ugh, boring. Don't watch. For the first time ever, I'm going to say, watch Impact over NXT. Had it. There you go.
You know, actually, Ray Mastani just popped up a question here, and we're going to get to your questions, everyone, in just a minute here. And I think this is pretty good here. And he says, is NXT overrated, meaning that only takeovers are a must-watch? Yes and no. And I think they've kind of conditioned their fans to believe that only takeovers are the only shows that matter. I really feel like they're missing opportunities with their regular with their regular tapings. So I don't think it's overrated. I just think right now, particularly with this stretch, they recorded so much stuff. The stuff that we're watching now, I believe that was recorded about a month ago, maybe a little bit more than a month ago.
Dude, it made TNA's tapings look recent. It legitimately made them look recent. Like, I was there like, fuck.
It's going to be almost as bad as Lucha Underground season 3 in regards to like taping time, because they're going to tape about a year in advance.
Exactly. It's like, come on, and when it feels dated with Bull Dempsey there. Like, if you know you're gonna get rid of the fat prick, then fucking don't bother putting him on the damn show, because it's gonna feel dated. But Bull Dempsey, I hope you're out there. I would say I hope you're listening, but you've blocked me on Twitter, you son of a bitch, you coward. And just, I hope you have an awful life, and you ruined a year's worth of NXT for me. And next week, I'm going to watch Samoa Joe fucking kill you, and I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm going to say, nah, 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 fuck off, goodbye. And me and Booms are going to come on here Thursday morning, 2 a.m. UK time, and we're going to slaughter the shit out of him. Next Thursday show, Booms, is going to be called NXT Review, brackets, Bull Dempsey Tribute, close brackets. That's the show. We're going to talk career highlights of Bull Dempsey. Basically, instead of, when someone passes away, they always do like when the Ultimate Warrior passed, they did a segment, a greatest Ultimate Warrior moment. We should do that. We should do a segment and then do a Bull Dempsey match. But every match has to be Bull Dempsey losing or looking like an idiot. That's the plan of attack.
Okay, there you go. All right, so, well, let's get to the questions. And by the way, I know a lot of you are bragging that you're watching Lucha Underground right now, and I appreciate that, but please do not spoil that for me, or I have to go to your house and fucking murder you, because I'm really wanting to watch Aztec Warfare. So if you spoil this for me, nothing personal, but I'll have to kill you. So no spoilers here, because I'm waiting for it to pop up on internet so I can watch it via internet magic. And as soon as it does, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to enjoy it. And then we're going to review it. All right. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Going to only questions. I'm trying to stay out of people's personal conversations. Pros and cons, possible finishes for Taker versus Shane.
I talked about that a bit earlier on in the WrestleMania talk. I think what it needs to be a cluster finish. It has to be overbooked for fuck, because you can't have Shane beat Taker cleanly.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can't have a guy who's only wrestled 3 matches, because I know he wrestled Kurt Angle, he wrestled Test, I think he wrestled X-Pac and Kane, so 4. He's got 4 extreme part-timer. Big
Show, Randy Orton, Steve Blackman, and SummerSlam 2000 when he took that stupid bump off the top. He did do a bit of work.
He's got a few matches. Okay, he's got some matches under his belt, but you just can't have the boss's son, who's got maybe 10 matches to his name total, go in there and beat the fucking Undertaker at WrestleMania. This is why I said, hey, having Brock Lesnar beat the Undertaker at Mania is a bad idea, because now it's like, if he loses, who gives a fuck?
It's the way I look at this. It's a 46-year-old non-wrestler beating the Undertaker. There's going to be a clusterfuck finish. Maybe Vince feels bad for the beating that Taker gives him.
Plus, I feel like WWE's put the fans in an awkward position, because we don't want the Undertaker to lose, but we don't want the authority and the bad guys to keep control of WWE and Raw.
And it's in Texas. It's Taker's fucking hometown. He's going to get cheered. Shane McMahon, first match in 6 years. He's going to get cheered. Like the main event of Reigns and H. You want the bad guy to win. The way how it's been booked. On Monday on Raw, Reigns beat up a defenseless Triple H with a screaming Stephanie in the car, and that's your babyface heading into the world title match at Mania, which won't main event the show, because what's going to happen is they're just going to go with the plan. They're going to have Reigns win the title. They're not going to double switch. They're not going to do anything. And Reigns is going to win the damn title to a chorus of boos. They won't put that on the main event because they know he's going to get booed. And that's a fucking joke. What they should do is they should double switch it. Heat should turn babyface. Reigns turns heel during the match. Maybe at the end, give a wink to Stephanie. Spear The Rock. The Rock needs to be speared, because that's going to get you ridiculously heat. And then, the next night, you can do tension in the authority with Triple H and Stephanie. You know, you could say Triple H come out, cut a promo, Reigns. Not only did you embarrass me at WrestleMania, you've made my personal life at home a misery. Stephanie won't talk to me. My kids won't talk to me. And when you make it personal with me, I'm going to make it personal with you. And at Extreme Rules, I swear to God, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to fucking kill you. Okay, then at Extreme Rules, because Extreme Rules is, believe it or not, more important than WrestleMania. Reason. Quarter one, okay, there's 4 quarters in a business year. Quarter one is just after Mania. They release the numbers just after Mania for network subscriptions, okay? They're doing a free WrestleMania period, okay, which means the numbers are going to be astronomical and absolutely insane. If the build to Extreme Rules is shitty, if Extreme Rules itself is shitty, people will unsubscribe and they will do it happily. And then quarter 2, when those figures are come in, because the casual fans will fucking go away after Mania. Believe me, they'll hit that unsubscribe button the second the fucking show finishes. And they show you the quarter figures, the shareholders think, holy fuck, why is there so many subscribers lost? And then they're going to take away their shares. And it could be, I think this free WrestleMania is going to stab them in the foot. I promise you that. Quarter 2 numbers, shareholders will take their money out of the company. And you know what? Rightly so, they deserve this for being so stuck up and so ignorant, in my opinion, to have a free fucking WrestleMania. Come on.
No, yeah, I know you're a little bit more up on the up and up with ratings, more so than I am. Are ratings about the same, or are they slowly declining going into Mania?
From February the 28th, I've got the ratings right here. If you just let me quickly pop it up, the ratings have been going down for the past month, and they've been going down gradually. I've literally got it right here. Here we go. Got it written down. It's so sad that I have it written down on my phone. February the 22nd, they got a 2.73, which is the post Fastlane. February the 29th, 2.63. March the 7th, 2.59. March the 14th, 2.51. March the 21st, this week's 2.44. They're going down every single week. They've lost nearly a half a rating point from Fastlane to WrestleMania in the build-up to the biggest show of the year. And the TV ratings were bigger going into Fastlane than what they are going into WrestleMania. That's a damn shame.
You know, and here's my predictions here. This is, believe it or not, I think this is sadly starting to become the norm for WWE. The ratings are okay right around the Rumble because you want to kind of see who's going to be in Mania. Then they kind of go down, and then the ratings will pop come right at WrestleMania because, well, that's the fucking biggest show of the year. Everybody watches it. Doesn't matter what's going on, just because it's WrestleMania. It's like this, it's like Super Bowl. Who's playing? Well, who cares? It's the fucking Super Bowl. Well, WrestleMania. Who gives a shit? It's WrestleMania. So everybody will fucking show up for WrestleMania, and then the Raw after WrestleMania will probably be the highest rated Raw of the year because that's when they have you see the fallout from Mania, you see the build up for the new going into the summer, you see new people debut, and then after that, it's just like, okay, well, the big story, now we know everything, the big story, all the big, the legends are now leaving, they won't be back for another year, and then the ratings will drop off again.
Yeah, but that's what you'd think, but it's not happening. It's the complete opposite. I mean, heading into Mania, the ratings are going down. You would think they'll go up week by week, especially with the star power on these shows. Taker, Lesnar, Vince, Shane, Triple H wrestling, and they're drawing 2.44s. That's not good enough. And Impact, by the way, I'm going to talk about that on Daily Dirt in about 20 minutes. Impact's viewership gone up again. We're now up to 350,000. Good for fucking Impact. Good for Impact. So damn good shows recently from Impact. Honestly, good jobs.
Ray Mystie's actually got a question for you, LK. It's he's asking you, what did you think about Drew McIntyre winning the TNA Championship?
I loved lots of people didn't like the overbooking of it. I loved it because there were so many rivalries you could stem from it. You could have Galloway EC3, Galloway Fat Hardy, Galloway Spliff Hardy. You could also do Spliff Hardy versus Fat Hardy. You can do EC3 Mike Bennett pin Galloway, so you have Bennett versus Galloway. So literally the booking is just astronomically incredible how well they booked that main event. You could think that as a clusterfuck, but as a company that, you know, people complain, oh, there's no storylines, the lines, there's no blah blah blah. Why am I defending this product? I don't know, because it was good. And I'm there thinking, this is brilliant. There's so many avenues they could go down. They generally can. And, you know, they've got the Decade at the moment. They got Eddie Edwards. They got, you know, sadly, Bobby Roode and Eric Young have left. But you've got Bram there who's doing good work at the minute. You've got the Decade, which is a great stable. Impact, minus this week's Ring of Honor, Impact so far has been the show of the week. And I'm going to be, there you go. See that you wouldn't expect that on a WWE NXT review. Impact being the show of the week.
All right. Next question here is, how did you rate the last two TNA shows?
This week's I'm only halfway through, but it's been a very fucking good show. Last week's was pretty damn good. I would say watch both of them. If you watch NXT, you'll enjoy Impact. It's, you know, people for a while don't watch TNA because they're scared of the brand value, like the name value of Impact, meaning worthless. But, you know, from TNA now to what it was a year ago, it's miles better. Booms, maybe I know you don't like TNA. I would recommend giving TNA a shot because I'm enjoying the stories.
Okay, that's the question I was going to ask you. It's like, I know I've been hurt. TNA has hurt me in the past, and I just want to make, you know, if I go, just see if it's worth my time. And, you know, if you're saying it's okay, it's positive, it's worth a look, go into it with an open mind. Okay, maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe, you know, when next Tuesday rolls around, I'll give that a shot. Crazy J Ray wants to know what network does Lucha Underground come on again? That's the El Rey network. Not too many people have that one. Let's see. Should they bring in a WWE commissioner role? No, I'm tired of on-screen authority figures. The two best that have been done is William Regal and Dario Cueto. Why? Because they try to keep things fair. Cueto, he's more of a heel, but he's more of a businessman. His motivation is he loves violence, he loves money, so he tries to keep, you know, everybody guessing, so that way they can't basically build like a mutiny against him. William Regal, he's just, you know, just down the middle, tries to be fair, and I think that really helps the show.
Agreed.
Okay, let's see here. Fuck it. I got to bring it up here. Should they bring back the European Championship?
What? No more championships, please. Everyone's saying, should they bring back the Divas title? Should they bring back the European? No. We've got too many titles that is. Fucking emerge the US and IC title already and be done with it. I can't be dealing with it. I mean, right now they're struggling to make a fucking main event scene without bringing in 46-year-old non-workers, 50-plus-year-old should-be retired legends, a 45-year-old executive, you know, in the main events of Mania, because their mid-card talent is shit. Please don't entice them to have more mid-card belts, because believe me, they would love an excuse to put Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, AJ Styles in that picture. The less belts, the more chance they have of being in the main event. I can't, no, because then they'll be like, oh, we'll give you the IC title, AJ, don't worry. No, if we didn't have all those fucking belts as it is, the more belts you have, the less importance the other belts have. That's just the way I see it. Like, Ring of Honor's perfect. They have a main event belt, lower mid-card belt, mid-card belt. The TV title's incredible. And the tag title belts. That's all you fucking need. You don't need 65 champ. You don't need the fucking hardcore belt. You don't need the European belt. You don't need the King of Cox belt. You just need 3 freaking belts. 4 belts. Women's belt, tag belts, mid-card belts, main event belts. It's the way it's been for fucking 50 years. Why fucking change it? Going on a hot one there.
Yeah, the only way I could see it being brought, okay, like if I was running a wrestling promotion out in, you know, LK's neck of the woods out in the UK, yeah, that would make sense to have like a European, you know, championship, be like their equivalent of the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
Or maybe if I'm like WWE and I'm making a European tour, and maybe would only whip that out for the European tour, maybe. But for the most part, no. Like, because I think it's ridiculous. Okay, I think it's kind of ridiculous when a guy from like, Scarsborough, wins like the European Championship and they only defend it in the United States. That makes no fucking sense to me whatsoever.
The European title was a fucking dumb idea. Absolute ridiculous idea. It was just an excuse to fucking put a belt on in fucking England with Davey Boy Smith and fucking Owen Hart. Absolute joke. That was a great match, by the way. That was a really good match.
It was a really good one. Okay, Rey Mysterio, he delivered. He wants to know, okay, fuck, marry, kill, spank.
He's added spanking. Only Rey Mysterio could give you 4 categories.
When you say spank, Ray, do you mean like with your hand? Do you mean like a paddle, cat of nine tails? What are we talking here? Okay, don't answer that. Don't answer that, Ray. I don't want to know. Fuck, marry, kill, spank. Emma, Asuka, Ava Marie, and Summer Rae.
Kill Asuka. Marry Emma. Who was Summer Rae and who?
Ava Marie.
Oh. Fuck, marry, kill. So I'm marrying Emma, killing Asuka, spanking Eva Marie, and fucking Summer Rae. There we go.
Okay, let's see. I would fuck Asuka. I'd marry Emma. I'd kill Summer Rae, and I would spank Ava Marie.
Professional pro wrestling podcasters.
Yeah, we answered. I think that when we said we would answer questions, I think we like. Wait a minute, you guys are way too damn dedicated to that. LK. Rey Mysterio wants to know the top 5 overrated and underrated stars in WWE history.
Oh, top 5 overrated. Fuck me. Jeez. Who do people always talk about? I can't. Top 5 underrated's a lot easier. Miz, in my opinion, is very underrated. Shelton Benjamin, from his time, was very, very underrated. Owen Hart, underrated. No one really talks about him. Obviously, he's passed, but, Eddie still has a cult following, and Owen Hart doesn't get that. And, he had so many great matches, but who else is very underrated in their time? Goldust, he's very, very underrated. He's done some good stuff, still going strong now. Randy Orton. If you build a sports entertainer from the ground up, you get Randy Orton. He gets so much damn hatred from everyone. And you know what I read today on the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Booms? I was rubbing my hands. In April, there's a possibility of my boy if you build a sports entertainer from the ground up, you get my boy Randy Orton could be returning in April. And I'm at the April UK Monday Night Raw show. If my boy Randy Orton comes out, you will see sperm fly from my seat into the ring. And he'll be like, just rubbing it off. But he doesn't care. He's still going to do that intense stare, that methodical stare in his eye. Because if you build a sports entertainer, damn it, from the ground up, you get Randy Orton. I love saying that.
All right. Let's see. Next question. Go to the questions here.
Dude, well, I'd love that. While you're looking for questions, I'd love it if the next Wrestle Crate, there was the shirt. If you build a sports entertainer from the ground up, you get, and then it's Randy Orton doing the pose. That would be a shirt I would wear every single day. And speaking of Wrestle Crate, I got my Wrestle Crate today, Boobs, and the T-shirt in it. For this month's one was the Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair moment at WrestleMania, and it says, "I'm sorry, I love you," and it has Shawn Michaels hitting the switcher music on Ric Flair.
Oh, was that anything like the air freshener that I got from Pro Wrestling Crate?
I saw that episode. I literally just before it was about an hour or two before we went on air, and I was like, I liked how you were being honest with it. You weren't being a corporate shill. You were like, you know what? This is a Taker fucking keyring. I'm not gonna use it. I would prefer this to be a sticker, and I agree. Some of the stuff in there's, but this month's Wrestle Crate was fucking incredible. There's some great little posters, a signed Kenny Omega plaque, an AJ Styles gimmick. There was a like a little. Well, do you know you get like little coloring books? I always give that to my younger brother because then that's like keeps him occupied. And then there was the shirt, which was obviously the Shawn Michaels "I'm Sorry, I Love You." Really damn good box. And this Daniel Bryan little thing, which I just keep in the PWME UK headquarters. But I like little things like that I can put in the office. That's why I only subscribe to Wrestle Crate because they always give me office gimmick.
Yeah, I'm trying. For those of you wondering what he's talking about, I'm actually doing a series right now. It's called uh, Boom Boom's Unboxing. Basically, I didn't know about about all these wrestling subscriptions. They you keep seeing all this stuff on the internet. I kept wondering which one's the best, which one's the best. So I decided, over the next few months, I'm going to subscribe to a different one every month, and then I'm going to unbox it here, and then I'm going to show everybody what I got. I'll tell you as much as I can find out about the company, how much it costs, compare, contrast, and let everybody know. So I'm done with two. The first one, and I did these in random order, by the way. The first one I did was Lucha Loot. I was very happy with that one. This past month I did Pro Wrestling Crate. It was okay. I like Lucha Loot better. I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys an inside track. I didn't tell everybody this, sir. Everybody get in here. I'm only going to tell you guys. I ain't going to tell everybody else, but I'm going to tell you. So everybody get in here. The company that I'm reviewing next is High Spots. I know. I didn't know High Spots had a grab bag service until somebody mentioned it in passing, and I went on their website and I found it. So I subscribed to their Tier 1 pack, which is about $15. And I don't know what in the hell I'm going to get here, because I look on their website. I mean, dude, these guys have got like fucking everything. So if they just, I don't know what I'm going to get, and I don't know what to expect from them, because I've only seen one High Spots unboxing video, and what I saw wasn't all that good. So I don't know what the hell they're going to send me. I don't know how good of a value it's going to be. But that's all between you and me. I ain't going to tell anybody else.
I had no fucking clue that High Spots even had a little box.
Yeah, neither did I. I didn't either. And then somebody mentioned it in passing, and I said, and I went on their website and I looked around and I found it. And I was like, well, I guess I'll try this out.
Wow. I don't. The thing is, like, I can't use places like that. Like I can't use ProWrestlingTees.com. The shipping is absolutely ludicrous. The shipping for those things are like £5-10. And it's like, I'm not fucking paying that for a fucking t-shirt. Like that's like a £35 t-shirt, for crying out loud. £35 for a t-shirt.
Ouch.
Like I'm not being funny. If it was like a really nice like Ralph Lauren polo, like I'm happy spending a lot of money, because you want to look sharp. You want to look good. You don't look sharp. You don't look good. You look like an imbecile in a pro wrestling shirt. Obviously there's obviously there's exceptions, like the LKVIP shirt that I proudly bought from yourdesign.co.uk. You can't buy them, guys. It's just me. But if you are interested in one, I charge £15 for the t-shirt, £85 for postage and packaging, and a £20 just for being a legend deal. No, Booms with lollygagging. Booms, we're Cocoing, and we are 2/3 of the Coco crew, and the Coco in the crew is not here. But we digress. Coco, Booms, I'm sorry I got your name wrong. Show him why you're the best salesman in the business.
I want to tell everybody to check us out at prowrestling.me. That's right, it's not a .com. It's prowrestling.me. It's the Facebook page for professional wrestling fans. You can subscribe, talk with everybody on there. You got blogs and forums. You can ask us anything. You can even tell us what you're thinking about the current state of professional wrestling. And you can also check us out at KocoSports.com. It's your home for comment. Excuse me. It's your home
I've
for
never
comments.
seen you do that, Booms. I've never seen you blow up on the outro.
Never. Neither have I. But my cat got right up under me, and I'm like, oh shit. All right. Where was I? Oh, yeah, KocoSports.com. It's your home for combat sports. It's where the world goes to kick ass. And most importantly, it's where it's okay to be a wrestling fan. You can also check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So subscribe to us on all those pages there. We're going to be back soon. We're going to have we got Lucha Underground. We got a review. LK's hopefully going to review TNA Impact. We got to take a look at Ring of Honor. SmackDown's coming up. We'll start all over again on Monday with Raw, see what things are going from there. And I'll tell you what, guys, I know there's a few questions that we don't have answered, but I'll tell you what, if you'll go to prowrestling.me and jump into the official Stump the Idiot thread, which Zachary Watts started that, by the way. Props to him. If you put your questions in there, Dave, myself, LK, we'll jump in there and we'll try to get those answers. So go to prowrestling.me, So go ahead and sign. If you're not signed up, it's absolutely free. So go ahead and sign up. Find the stump. Go on to I think it's on forums, and you'll see the official Stump the Idiot thread. Post in there, and we'll get your questions answered. So there you go. So this is for Dave and for LK and me. The boom just went bang, and I am out.